jet?
You don't know? It's the best. It just hypercharges everything. Like you got the speed of 10 men in one inhale.
What other kinds of cameras do you have?
Well, you got the medicinal shit. Rad-X and Rad-A for radiation sickness. Hey, do you think that's why they call it Rad-X? That's far. Mentats are for the sciencey types. You know, eggheads looking for a boost. Something might be perfect. You know the Gunners, right? The high-end mercenaries? Well, a few of them were talking about scavenging around that old hallucinogen. I mean, just think about that name. There's gotta be some shit there that's out of this world. You get me something, I pay you 200 cash.
Your offer's a little low, Fred.
All right, let's make it 250.
All right, Fred. We have a deal.
You're the best. Absolute best.
Before you even start, let's get to the point. We have room. One specific. Payment due up front.
Not today, another lucha column. I just couldn't.
You're right. I'm tired of your loyal fucking face standing here every day. Remind me, I used to have good men at my side. Didn't need to such stand. If there's one person in this whole backstabbing neighborhood that's earned the right to upset me from time to time, it's you. Don't worry about it. You may not admit it, but I see face of yours. You see
No, I don't.
Oh, I think you do. Come on. I'm the only reason you come to this hotel anymore. Give me a little smile, please.
People come to...
I'm so sorry. I didn't know this would happen.
You know, you're the only other person I met before. Oh God, I've been so alone here. No Commonwealth settlement. Once a ghoul with 200 years of all Texas field experience.
Hey, you know you could head back to Sanctuary. I'll come visit. I promise.
Really? You will? Okay. I'll head over there right now. You promise to come visit, right? I'll see you there.
Hey there. You knew Rutgers, if I'm not mistaken. What do you think of the place?
It's changed a lot since the last time I was here.
Been here before? Well, good neighbors definitely come up in the past few years. Mostly since Hancock took over. Name's Rufus. I do repairs around here. Keep the robots running, sell a bit of scrap, that sort of thing. Usually here or drinking that swill Charlie Sling in third grade. Looking for parts? I also have a job for you if you're interested.
What's the job?
Don't know if you've had me down at the third grade, but I swear Charlie must have found out soup. Found this holotape while doing repairs at Rex. Delivery for a brewing machine. Pre-war. Thing is, it was never delivered, but with all the bombs and all. Done some asking around, and I think it might still be intact, which is where you come in.
I assume this is a paint job.
Wasn't planning on stiffing you. 100 caps, and a cut of the beat. Think you can get a hold of that brewing machine for me?
I'm in. Let's do it.
Great. So, brewing machines in the basement of an old bar called the Shamrock Tap House. When you leave town, make your way around east till you hit a landing. Great big green sign. Bring it back here when you're done.
Hey, Rufus.
Good to see you again.
You find that brewing machine yet?
Or you just doing some scratch?
I'll take a look.
Let me show you what I got.
It's my favorite person.
Got some premium shit here.
Let's see what you have.
I got this one gem here that... Oh, man.
Yeah? My has been programmed to serve in your
There a problem?
No problem at all. My programming dictates that I serve all customers in the Colonial Tap House, even those that obviously don't belong. Just know that my senses indicate you have dangerously low levels of class, Mr. Servant.
Not looking to buy right now.
Go away. Shoot.
We need to talk.
What's the problem?
Problem is that I've learned that you killed my son Nelson. Is this true?
I didn't kill Nelson. Whoever told you that was lying.
You are already talking for anyone trying to shift blame off themselves. If it wasn't you, then who was it? Do you know who killed Nelson?
I heard it was Moravsky. Nelson was buying pens from him.
I know he was. And now it makes sense why Moravsky would try to put the blame on you. That bastard needs to pay. You can't be too happy about him pinning this on you, right? I'll pay you 400 caps to take care of him. We both will. What do you say?
Throw in another 200 caps, and I'll take care of Morosky for you.
600 caps. You have an awfully high opinion of yourself. I hope you're worth it. D.
You just walked right up his nose, didn't you? I got so.
Hey,
You go on. Do what you like. That's all I...
It's my favorite person.
Have you lost your mind?
hey,
Just let me know.
hey, Piper.
Hey, here. Something to keep you sharp. Always works for me.
Is everything okay between us?
Things are pretty good from where I'm standing. So long as we're helping people out here, I'm all in.
Your thoughts?
Right behind you.
Oh, nothing.
Sure.
Oh, wow, good tall. Yeah.
If you insist on embarrassing yourself in alcohol.
So, is Morosky dead?
Yes, sir. As requested.
Good, bastard. I hope you didn't make it too easy for him. Here's what I know. As far as I'm concerned, this is the last time you ever need to speak.
Hello there. So lovely to see more young people up here this time.
We're also, well,
If you're hungry,
you can grab a couple plate of power.
Hey, Hawthorne.
Death claws were real dangerous. Don't try to outrun it. Just get something solid between you and it, and pray.
He saves one or two people and everyone forgets he's a freaking sin. Do yourself a favor and just say yes. It's all yours.
Yes?
Everything I got to keep you safe.
So you know weapons, huh?
Listen, I can sell you guns, swords, whatever. And they'll keep you alive for sure. But the real secret is in the mods. The little personal touches. Install a scope, expand the clip size, whatever. You spend time with your gear, and you'll have the right answer to every problem. Anyway, let's get back to you and what kind of protection you need.
Not interested.
Well, we're always here.
Excuse me, can I talk to you about that?
Yeah, what is it?
Well, I remember you from the tap house.
That time Paul made such a fool of himself fighting with Henry. Now he's missing. Paul, I mean, it's not like him, and I'm worried something's happened to him. Paul's dead. Oh my God. How do you... Do you know what happened? No. I just heard that he was dead. No! I can't believe it. I'll never see him again. I'm so sorry I have to go now.
I have something for you. All right. Yeah.
Hello. Have you been here before?
No, first time.
Thought so. Some ground rules. This isn't a charity. Close up for sale if you have the money. Otherwise, the door is right there.
You have some kind of problem with shoplifters?
Nothing we in my 10 gauge haven't been able to handle. Now that we understand each other, welcome to Falcons. Happy to show you everything in stock.
Fallon's Basement. Interesting name.
Yeah, it's ancient. There was a Fallon's here back even before the war. Granddad always said we had a tradition of quality and affordability. Yes, affordability got too expensive for some folks. Damn thieves. And it ain't like Diamond City security helps.
Why doesn't Diamond City Security help you?
My husband got taken, all right, by the Institute. Security wouldn't look into it. I raised a stink, and now I'm blacklisted.
Let's see what you got.
A paying customer. Fine.
Did you see that?
Blimp
Blimp
thing?
thing?
The
The
Brotherhood of Steel? Who
Who
are
are
they?
they?
Enjoy your stay in Diamond City. Now, excuse me.
Hey there.
I've been thinking about what you and Hancock said. I've decided I can't give up, but I'm no fighter. Maybe at least I can keep tinkering, though. To try to make your shroud costume even better.
Then let's do this.
Oh, sorry. I can't do nothing now. I'll fire up my radio when I have something for you.
Hey, Silver Shroud. Come on, tell me your secret.
Hey, you. Looking for work?
What kind of work?
It's good work. Under the supervision of the best officer you ever had. If you don't mind a little man lady, and don't ask too many questions, you're in. I'll give you 50 cash to start. Interested?
I'm gonna need more going.
You're just gonna have to trust me.
I'm in.
That's what I like to hear.
Or the base game alone. And I don't waste time, let's jump straight into this. So, the first weapon we're going to be covering, one of my personal favorites. This is the broadside.
Just tell me what I need to do.
It's a simple job.
One of my personal favorite
You
display
are going to
weapons
be doing
in
this
Fallout 4. What I've been playing display is, it's a weapon that I love obtaining. I love the look of
I'm
it,
your girl.
No one likes that brown rounds. The other two are down there digging already. Go give them a hand.
Quite regularly. And don't get me wrong, the broadside is a pretty damn powerful weapon in Fallout 4. However, in considerable weight, very limited range, low ammo capacity, and trajectory of its projectiles, some of them get for occasional use and it's for regular field deployment. But one of the main reasons I love this weapon is because of the quest that you have to do to obtain it. In my opinion, it's one of the best side quests you can do in Fallout 4, and that is the last volume of the that has been commandeered by a rat handler of people robots that believe exactly to rebuild its engine and also achieve their goal again. Very close to one of the best
Bobby.
What is going on
Dude, that room was supposed to be my room.
At least you're better fight who's good for you. Well, you stick around at least. So I guess you're promoted. You get to be my gun. I think they just need one more gun. And old friend. He'll want a fair pay. With solid
This, combined with its low weight, minimal recoil, and pre-war attack pressure makes the deliverer
That means less for me.
Yes, it does.
Still
plenty to go around.
take out the loads in the one shot.
First, it's best to see and modification. I have some things to check out. Head over to the grocery shop, and I'll meet you when I finish up my business.
And I don't know what it is, there's just something really cool about using this weapon. People and the badass any quest for war,
I can hear something in
a
here.
quest known as trade
Hey.
You say the word.
when you first encountered the railroad after completing the Road into Freedom quest. For more information on how to get to the railroad headquarters, the first phase, and how you complete Road to Freedom, I'll have a link in the description below. And basically, once you complete Road to Freedom, you drop to the railroad and you speak to the then he will then give you the trade quest. And if you deliver a can be rewarded by the then at the very end, after fighting the body of communists, the people will essentially offer the gun, and when you offer the use, you'll need to go ahead and accept it. And that is pretty much how you get the deliver. Anyway, moving on to the next weapon coming straight from the recent Nuclear DLC, we have the Acid Soda. Now, the Acid Soda itself is a pistol that sprays an acidic solution at its targets, causing both poison damage and damage resistance on the target that you hit with it. Now, in terms of the way the weapon looks, it seems to share a similar appearance as the previous weapon being the Deliverer. Of course, it is some form of drawing or handcuff, with the addition of a modified barrel and intake, and especially the black dot that is screwed into place. One thing about the Acid Soda is that the acidic solution isn't great as the weapon is fired, because it's something that I think is really cool about it. And one last thing is that the Acid Soda cannot be modified at all.
Start the Automatron DLC if I want to.
More of a novel type of weapon to obtain rather than using in combat, because quite frankly, it is a very, very bad weapon to use against almost any enemy in the game. So it's true.
Good for you. Great.
Now, the net is actually very simple. It's available as the case from as the price terminal stock for any weapon currently available purchase as sort of actually when you have a sale
Now let's get down to
as the
business.
price terminal for any one of top of this weapon, and therefore you go ahead and purchase it and it will come out ready to go.
But there's a strong
The flat side that has the bottom
Man's just sitting untouched.
in the description down below. And just make it part
The guy hasn't come off yet. How he treats my gun, maybe he deserves his reward.
Let's get started.
I like your attitude. So, you say we make this party a little bigger. I managed to track down my detective. His name is Mel. Right here, the guy who made the gadgets is all any problem. Thing is, he's a bit locked up right now. You have to get him out. I can't just stroll down to some security with this business. Probably not.
Very, very good weapon in combat.
You really think we need this guy?
Trust me, this is the guy I need. Pick a lock, find a key, the usual stuff. Just get out of there.
Pretty much what I would say is a very, very good weapon, and one of the type of weapons that you can find in the game. And for the final weapon in the video, we have to run that. And I want to do some honorable mention. Sometime in the future, I'm going to video a part 2 because
Are you some kind of tech expert?
You heard right. Well, maybe just that. Haven't seen the road. No, not that. But I know when you're around relationships. Why? Need any help?
I
So, maybe you should announce it so everybody got to see it. Told the old lady, but I thought it was a whole bunch of the heck things right back. Guardians did take a look, but it was a little head scratcher. Couldn't do anything.
Unfortunately, the weapon cannot be upgraded or renamed in our workshop. And another big fact about the weapon is that it can also be equipped by the companion Tron. Now, to obtain it, very, very simple weapon to obtain. All you need to do is head over to Chris Comics. It's located in the on your map and But again, a bit of honorable mentions such as Young Jet, the Assault Trying Ahead, you also got our guests, which obviously counted different variations of the Batman launch, all that not really that's from Glossary, maybe for this bowling ball launch and custom launch and stuff like that. But I thought I'd cover maybe and reference Fallout 4 for this video. So we're going to take this video today and put the top couple videos because you know what it is a live down below. So but of course it is always very good to take behind the scenes. Now you guys have been smashing it to support this video, so I can't thank you guys enough for that. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed this. Subscribe if you do, and I'll catch you guys next time with a brand new video. Peace out.
Hey, no shame in Jim. Solomon can look you up.
Officer.
Beer and slippers and shit. That's all I ask. You too friggin' slow to join the Minutemen.
Officer.
You got something to say?
Why is Mel
Him? He was caught trying to reprogram the robot bartender at the tap house to give him free drinks. Just between you and me, I would totally do that if I knew how.
I was hoping to get Mel out of lockup.
I didn't know Mel was friends. All right. He's pretty much done his time. Let me open up the door. All right. You're free to go, buddy.
So welcome back, my friends, to another Fallout video. And today we're doing a mini compilation of 540 located farm the legendary weapons. And all that guys out there are only farming about one legendary weapon or one legendary piece of armor and they need sought after. So I thought, why not just run a bunch of locations into one video and hopefully this does help you guys out. Now,
I'm curious what this is about. Once we make some business, okay?
Videos on maybe they do send videos on two different locations. So we're going to give you guys a brief description of what it is and kind of how it works. So
thanks for getting me out there. So, you're Bobby's new toy.
How did you know that?
No one else would put this much effort into for me. That woman didn't have a patient on goodbye. I wasn't serving her life sentences. What? She couldn't wait a day. What's the job?
How'd you like to help break into the Diamond City store?
Well, damn. That's a big store. There'd be enough cash there to keep me going for a long time. Bobby may be shady, but she always pays us. So, I guess I'll just step
crazy stuff like that is essentially what people are doing or trying to go for when you're using these legendary spots. So, for example, this is a new location I have yet to feature on the channel. You want to make your way over to the crew manor. It's going to be located right here on your map. And when you go into this building, there's going to be a bunch of doors in there that you will want to clear out first. It's going to be around, I think, around 5 or 6 in total. And once you clear those out, you then want to make your way to the top floor. And there'll be a door that you will need to sorry, we said that backwards there, but once you lock the door, there's going to be another wall behind it. This for me was a legendary wall, as you can see. But this is the farm, this is just, if you're very lucky, you may get a legendary one pop up here. But once you close that wall behind the door, you don't want to make your way into the room. Go into the dresser, and you should see a basement key inside of the dresser. Go ahead and pick it up, and then make your way down the stairs again, and this time all the way down to the bottom to the basement door. Now, it's absolutely essential. Do not enter the basement just yet. You want to make a quick save or a manual save just outside of the basement door. You'll see what we do this here very shortly. Once you've made a quick save or the manual save, then go ahead and enter the basement. Now, as soon as you enter the basement, notice how it makes you auto save in the top left-hand corner. This basically means that the energy inside of the arm is rather than back.
What can I say? This is the earth more rat on
I'm excited to see what you can do.
Sure. She's one of a kind. I modified her radio systems to emit sound closer to the frequencies that can use any sediment around.
Mel says you can get to the strong room 10 times faster than speed. And it's a hell of a lot faster than time.
All right, guys, get ready. Well, I can pick and choose which visual spot. So, brace yourselves. Sonia, do your thing. What's the deal with
She takes orders and she's loyal.
Mel.
If you find anywhere you want Sonia to last, give me a shout.
Good work on her. Very.
Thanks. You know, eyeballs like Sonia aren't easy to come by. She just flashed right across my path one day, blasting those horrifying old emergency broadcasting outfits like it was fatal.
We need Sonia here.
Mel, it's Sonia.
Unfortunately, the left that supports it is not unfortunately it's insane. But once you get the pixel on the roof, you get onto the progress on the roof itself, and of course an area known as the Garden Terrace. Now, as soon as you enter this area, a death cross is going to hop over the wall, ready to wipe your head out. And of course, this death cross has a chance to be a legendary one. You can be back armor by critical this that way. So that's pretty much wraps it up for the private location. And that digital location, just as an honorable mention, because I could not get this response from my screen. But there is a little common strategy we're using known as the sentry box door. The finest location right from the map, it is a secondary location, which is actually on the level 2. But depending on you're on the map, and basically when you walk up to this area, you want to make a big set exactly where you're screening in here. Now once you make a big set, you're going to open up the door to kind of one of those control doors basically. And then when you open the door, it's going to spawn off the sentry box in the back of the area. And the sentry box has a chance to be a legendary sentry box. Whatever reason, once again, it just wasn't working for me. But that's what I want to do is as an honorable mention for you guys. Now, another thing that I want to mention before I end the video, if you want to claim out enemies from any of these locations, set up, medics, enemies, or you can use enemies, multiply you and stuff like that, I'm going to be giving away a week game, which is maybe 1 week or 2 weeks a game. You can either sleep for a week or two, or write on a chair or something for a week or two a game. I'm going to use the enemies should eventually be supporting you guys. That's something that happens to quite a few enemies out there, so just try that, see if it does work. I'm pretty sure that it will. That is how you can get enemies to support you guys. Just in case you've already played out these areas in the past. But anyway, that is it for the video, guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed this compilation video today, or at least been finding helpful. And if you did, please get a like on the video. This, of course, is always regularly on the channel. Subscribe if you guys are new around the videos similar to this one. I'll catch you guys next time with a new video. Peace out.
Wow, right advanced. And through that hole, he tripped over her. And the stairs spectacular moments.
Welcome to Fallout New Vegas. My name is PSO Danny, and I'll be sharing you 6 of the best unique weapons you should pick up early on in Fallout New Vegas. All of the weapon locations in this video are very easy to access. Early on in your adventure, you can find it free or free to start with. So pick the best weapon to your character. I want to begin with our cultural review. It's a free entry drink for gamers. I'm out here in the wasteland enjoying the sound so many comments from you guys trying to use it for the first time and loving it. So if you want to try it yourself, use my code PSO for a discount and the link is in the description. If it's your first time, I recommend getting yourself a shaker and some sample flavors. Starting out with weapon number 6 is an insanely powerful knife with tons of DPS. You can actually get a secret melee weapon that does 280 damage per second right at the start of Fallout New Vegas. It's actually an Easter egg from Fallout graphic novel, once owned by the great Carl Chance. Get it here on the map just north of this bridge at this unmarked location. Left when you come out of the doctor's house. From the petrol station, you literally want to go straight on off the mountain and carry on going north. Make sure that you do bring a shovel with you though, because it's going to dig up Chance's grave to get his iconic knife. Carry on heading north over the mountains until you get to this location on the map, and then look downwards and enter sneak mode, and you'll see a unmarked grave. Use the shovel to dig up Chance's knife and break cards out of it. The knife transport per second. This is what they 41 damage per hit for a total damage per second of 280. Making the rest of the yes weapon again. The knife is still stated in the lot of the scan. Now before you leave the gravesite, make sure you're still in sneak mode so you don't trigger the high level hazard doors that just down the hill from here, and you can actually just fast travel back to Good Springs so you don't need to fight. Next up we have weapon number 5. The best shotgun in Fallout New Vegas is Big Boomer, owned by Old Gibson, which is actually a festive reference. Mel Gibson, who played Mad Max and also carried a sort of shotgun, just like Big Boomer. It actually fires 2 shots at once, doing 140 damage per shot with her. If you want to get this video for yourself, come here on the map east from Good Springs to Scrapyard, just north of Nova. The only way you can obtain this weapon is by pickpocketing Boomer Gibson or killing her. One shot on the cranium or to do it. Obviously, you might need to kill the dogs so they don't get hungry. Let me know in the comments if you think it's very accurate spiky spray. That's actually double the amount of a normal shotgun, which only fires 7 at once. The main drawback with the big blue shotgun is that it requires so low at 54. But for the trade-off of 140 species damage at strike range, it really is very satisfying, even if it is a one-hit wonder. Early on in the game, this is just a great everything come up against with it. But now we have weapon number 4. Another thing is very easy to break. Waits until 1 a.m. You can actually not take you very long to the back room and steal that gun from the shelf for yourself. Like the video for more. It's also worth noting that this is one of the few pistols in the game that can use armor-piercing rounds, but make sure that you're not spotted while you're stealing it, because otherwise it will become completely unobtainable, and it's rather expensive to repair. Next up, we have weapon number 3. It's a movie reference with the unique golden knuckle dusters, with love and hate etched onto the front. But they're also an Easter egg reference to the Night of the Hunter, where Robert Mitchum had love and hate tattooed onto his knuckles. They do 42 damage per hit and 140 damage per second with the right unarmed perks. You can get them for yourself here in Bonnie Springs, not far from Good Springs, where you start from. For the gang leader to actually acquire these unique knuckle dusters. You can take care of those issues on the gang leader for love and hate knuckle dusters. These are the best unarmed weapons you can get early on, and they can be plugged into any weapon but obviously in unarmed attacks with fast, will do 76 damage per second. Now if you have the unarmed perks, it will actually do 32 damage per hit and 137 damage per second. Also, the secret tip, all unarmed weapons actually do double damage. Next up at weapon number 2. Honestly, if you're finding this video helpful at all so far, make sure you subscribe for all of the best early armor locations, and I've got a lot more weapon guides coming out soon as well, specifically for Fallout New Vegas. But at weapon number 2, we have another well-hidden collectible. Double damage to enemy limbs, allowing you to chop them off like a butcher. It's located here in Warthog Ranch, very south central of the map near the highway. Once you arrive, make sure you bring a shovel because there's actually tons of loot to be found inside the grave at the very top of the hill by the campsite. It's just across the bridge from the windmill. But inside the abandoned farmhouse, you will find the unique machete chopper located on the oven. But don't forget to take the rocket magazine on the floor next to it. Next, our weapon number 1, and probably my favorite weapon on this list. We have the best sniper to get early in Fallout New Vegas is the Rat Slayer. It has 3 automatic rifles depending on if it's nighttime or daytime, along with an extended magazine and shows how many rats the rifle is slaying. 69 kills. You get the cover check out the next video links below because it's probably in that one. This video ended up taking a lot longer than I expected to make. So I hope you enjoyed it. The next one's linked below. so, and welcome to the channel. I'm the guy who makes guides showing you where to find unique weapons and armor in Fallout. In this video, we'll be talking about the top 10 best weapons in Fallout New Vegas, including the downloadable content. But don't worry, I will tell you if it's a downloadable content weapon. This top 10 list is based on how useful the weapon is and damage. So, for example, some of the weapons in this list might not look that good, but with the right character perks and clothing, they can be game breaking easier. Oh, and fun fact, there's also important too. I will leave a guide in the description that tells you where you can find all the weapons in this video for yourself too. So I have put this top 10 list in the category of the best post-combat weapons, the best guns, and so on. And I have given you a choice if you want damage per second or just the best damage per hit. You could call this list almost top 20, but I'm just trying to make it as helpful as possible. Because at the moment, the current top 10 guide I'm using are not great. All the damage numbers I give you will be assuming that you have all the perks for the latest skill. It doesn't matter if you don't like just telling you how much damage you can do. So this top 10 is no specific order, it's really more the best weapons you can have. So let's start this list off with the unarmed weapon. In number 10, you have the best unarmed weapon, the industrial hand. This is quite a common weapon, which is funny because it's the best damage per second. Nearly any weapon today. It's like a chainsaw on steroids. It does 333 damage per second, but it also does damage per second. So for example, instead of wearing armor, you just go straight through it. It's ridiculously overpowered. It's also very easy to get. Just check out the link in the description. Next up, at number 9, you have the Beast weapon. I have put two into this box. Firstly, we have the Super Sledge, called OP. It does a staggering 112 damage hit. It also has a special power attack of 156 damage. This power attack, while moving forward, either weapon to a 50 sure. It has a damage per second of 310, which is also very good.
I don't know.
There's also a weapon called the DLC. It does 351 damage per second and does fire. It's also like
Let's go up there. You all thank you while we count the gas. We still need a way to get up there, though. Mel, you think your robot will work here?
Look at this place. The foundation.
I just want to talk about what I will use the weapon. It's kind of an honorable mention because this weapon's like the best weapon you can get in the game. It's called the Diamond Knife. It's a really interesting weapon actually. It only does 43 damage a hit, but it has a damage per second with perks of 280, which is stupidly overpowered because you can get it so early and so...
Hey, over here.
Also, the weapon does double damage, critical hit with it, and you can attack like almost 5 times a second. You'll probably be doing more like 400 damage or something silly. So it's a very good weapon. Anyway, number 8, the best pistol in the game. There are once again 2 of these positions. Firstly, we have the Rangers 12. It has 200 damage a shot and a damage per second of 210. It also has the Rangers line.
You all just broke into Hancock's store. You know, Hancock, the mayor of the neighborhood.
And on the other hand, we have the DLC weapon, a light damage dark wood. It only does 48 damage per shot, but it fires so fast. its damage per second is 200. It's up to you which one you pick.
Just go back into your tunnel, and we can forget this ever happened. What do you say? Come on, Bobby. At least if we leave now, we leave with our lives.
I haven't come this
Number
far to get
7.
away with
Who
my
doesn't like
intelligence, my
explosives?
love.
The
You
thing
are
about
either with
explosives
me
is they just deal with everything in this game. Oh, you can't kill that chemical. I'll just fire a fast problem solved.
This
It does about
is
480 damage plus 1,080 damage
more
explosives
from
in the radius around it. It's like the Batman
You made the... Hey, you made the right move.
Laser weapons. Who doesn't like lasers? Let's talk about the distraction number 5. First up, we have Elijah's Advanced LAER. This is part of the big mountain download concept. This gun zaps people for 90 damage and has a damage per second of 335. I actually prefer lasers over powerful weapons. They have worse critical hit damage, but they are a lot more accurate and they fire even faster. You can even swap this weapon to have 30% more damage than shot, making this gun even better, and you can even afford it to recycle some of your ammo, which is also handy. Next up is the laser category. We have the Fertile Wood 9700. Yes, I know, it fires green lasers. I know, green. It also has a damage per second of 600. You can also get this weapon super easy as well. Oh, by the way, you fire about 30 rounds a second, and you have about 20% chance of critical hitting with each one. So if you have a decent luck skill, you can find this weapon does even more damage, which is just scary. In at number 4, we have the CZ Adventure. On the topic of miniguns, this is like the machine gun version of the laser Gatling gun. You have to pick one of them, you have to have an over-the-top gun in your arsenal, and this one fits the bill. It only does 16 damage a shot, but the thing fires so fast, and it has a damage per second of, wait for it, 650. Literally, anything you come up against with this gun will just shred it like paper, especially anything with no armor. Next up at number 3, we have my favourite category, shotgun. The Riot Shotgun, hands down the best shotgun, doing 80 damage a shot and 450 damage a second. If you use the stay back curve, you will even get a knockback effect, so nobody can even get close to you. I literally love this weapon. As you guys know, if you watch my Fallout 3 Let's Play, I'll leave a link to that in the description if you're bored and want to watch something. But at number 2, we have the 286, which is basically a unique version of my Strut rifle. I will leave a link on how to get both versions in the description, because you can only get one version, you can don't have to wire wasteland first. But anyway, this gun is so accurate. It's basically an entry-weapon sniper rifle. It does 167 damage per hit. What? That's not enough damage. What? Oh, well, with the right setup, you can actually get a critical hit chance of 70-60%. What? Ha 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 ha. What, man? Now you're hitting for 334 damage a hit. Hey, this is not stupid and damage just to happen.
Let me tell you, this classy little tricorder hat of mine, sometimes at tyrants, I spend all my time putting down people that would have been proud to skin. A few years ago, I think get a grip on one really badass.
Depending on your play style, snipers. Who doesn't like shooting the enemy in the head? We have two weapons in this category. First up, the anti-serial rifle, which does 130 damage in shot and has a damage effective of 83. That's not that good. I'm tired of seeing people say this is the best gun in the game. Stop it. It's not at all. The ammo it uses is not even common. It's painful to find. The actual best sniper rifle in the game, even the best gun in the game for that matter, is the Gobi Campaign Sniper Rifle. With a little bit of know-how, you actually don't even need to know how, you can just follow my guide on how to do it. You can make this weapon 225 damage per shot and 400 damage per second. And the reason for that is you can achieve a critical hit chance with this gun of 100%, unlike the anti-material rifle, which you can only get about 20% for. Now, there are a few more weapons that I could not fit in this list, so I would like to make an honorable mention section in the description for other good weapons. Because after all, I did mention the laser orbital bombardment, killer death ray of awesome fireworks weapon. It's called the Sea Finder. Find it in the description. There are so many great weapons in this game, so many fun weapons, it's really hard to make this list. But depending on what character you take, if you pick a weapon from whatever category, you will have a good time. Anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed this top 10 weapons in Fallout New Vegas list. A lot of time, effort and research went into this guide, so if you found it helpful, please give the video a thumbs up. What's up guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be showing you 10 unique or legendary weapon locations in Fallout 76. Now this is part 1 of a 3-part series on the channel, and this episode will mainly focus on quest reward items, aside from one which is a random spawn, but it is a really good weapon. Episode 2 will be more focused on legendary drops from enemies, and then episode 3 will be an overall look at the best weapons in Fallout 76. Now because most of the weapons on this list are quest-based items, I will be showing you guys where you can start the quests, some certain things in between that you may need to know, and also the reward for finishing. Most of them are marker-based, so you should have no problem following them along. And if you want to see an individual guide on each of the weapons, they will be linked in the description below. But other than that, let's jump straight into it. So, starting off with the first weapon on this list, we have a unique sledgehammer known as All Rights. The weapon itself has a 90% reduced weight, gives you plus 10 health, and also comes with heavy rocket one attached to it. And I have to say this is one of the best melee weapons that I currently have. It is an absolute powerhouse to use. And to get this, you'll first need to head over to the location of Watoga. When you first enter Watoga, a basic quest should pop up telling you to reach the mayor's office. Mark that quest and follow it along, it should take you straight to the mayor. And then when you speak to the mayor, it will then talk about the terminal. So if you access the terminal and then select high priority and then select mayor for a day, you will then get the quest mayor for a day. And at the end of this quest, this is exactly where you will get this weapon from. Now as you progress through this quest, you will come to a mark where you need to find the sandwiches hideout. So if you want to find this, it will be marked directly on your map exactly where I'm standing.
might stop by the building to later. There was this girl a few months ago. And
inside of this bench in a trailer is exactly where you'll find him, and you have to find 5 different clues in this location. Clue number 1 can be found on his body amongst all of the specific parts. Clue number 2 can be found in the holotape next to his body. Clue number 3 can be found in the holotape on the table. Clue number 4 can be found in the terminal, and clue number 5 can be found in the safe. One can unlock it using the terminal, and the safe is located underneath the file cabinets. Upon doing that and going through the rest of the quest following the markers, you will then get to the final stage where you have to fight waves of Robo-Brains and also Mr. Handies. And I warn you guys, there is a lot of them and they are high level. So make sure that you do come prepared to this. It gets very, very hectic. But the end reward is the All-Rise Sledgehammer. This is honestly one of the best melee weapons I currently have. The thing just destroys everything in front of you. Against high-level enemies, it still will take a couple of hits, of course, but it's just honestly great. Definitely one that you guys should pick up if you don't have it yet. Anyway, moving on to the next weapon, and this one is the only random spawn on the list, and this is known as the Dragon. Now, the Dragon is a unique version of the black powder rifle that literally has 4 barrels, which is why you can see the raw damage that this weapon has in the statistics is crazy. And that shows in the gameplay too. I mean, this weapon is really, really powerful, especially if you're getting that sneak attack damage and even, you know, the crit shot in bats as well. This thing is extremely powerful. The only real downside is it breaks really, really fast and the reload time is really, really long. Imagine reloading 4 black powder rifles. That's how long this thing takes to reload. And to get this, again, it's a random spawn. I actually found this twice. The first time I found this was over at Fort Defiance in the event known as Line in the Sand. This event basically makes you face hordes and hordes of Scorched as well as a Scorched Beast. And when we took down that Scorched Beast and looped his body, that is where I found my first dragon. And the second time I found it was in the Robber Code facility chest at the very, very end of it. And again, these can spawn anywhere, so if you do see this weapon, definitely pick it up. And the way I would use this weapon usually is I would reload it before I get into combat, then fire the shot off for that raw damage, then switch to a different weapon, maybe finish him off with that, and then reload the dragon again, and keep doing it like that. That is how I end up using the weapon anyway. And that leads us into the third weapon, which is the Daisy Cutter, a unique Batman launcher that has a 90% reduced weight, which is amazing on Batman launchers, and also comes with the Merv mod attached to it as well. If you guys don't know, the Merv mod basically changes the Batman to launch 6 mini-nukes simultaneously instead of just 1, and you will only use 1 mini-nuke to do that as well. Now, to get this quest, you'll first need to head over to Ella's bunker. This will be marked on your map. Unfortunately, I didn't record the first part of this quest, but if you follow exactly what I do, you will get the quest to pop up for you. So when you're inside of Ella's bunker, you will find a terminal. Now, to access that terminal, then select Research Studies, then select Red Shield. You will then get the quest, An Organic Solution, to pop up for you. And at the end of this quest is exactly where you'll get Daisy Cutter, and this is all marker based. The first part is you going to find Ella's research, which is marked on the map and is basically on her body. And then the next part is to collect some bone meal, and this one is area based. It will kind of, you know, make you find it. So if you go exactly where I do in the video, you can see here is the sort of river area, and the building is located just to the left. Be careful though, this is a death claw nest, so you will have to take out the death claw first. But after that point, you can continue on following the markers, you should complete no problem. And then when you craft the gradual at the very end, you will then have completed an organic solution, giving you some red shield as well as the Daisy Cutter. I've always loved using Batmans, especially ones with the Merv or the attachment. The only issue that I had with them was they weigh too much, and this weapon is that perfectly. Anyway, moving on to the next weapon now, this is perfect for a 10mm SMG that burns targets for 24 seconds. It's basically a 5 damage SMG. And again, this is a very good weapon, one to add to that collection of yours. Now to get this, you'll first want to head over to the Wavy Villas Water Park. And underneath the alligator head, should find a Mr. Handy robot known as Mr. Handy. Upon speaking to her, you will then begin a quest known as Cold Case. This is a very simple quest of this following markers, so once you complete it and return to Miss Annie, she will then give you the perfect score. Now, if you guys do want individual guides again of any of these instructions, they will be linked in the description. But now moving on to the next weapon. Now this next one is actually a unique grenade known as the pumpkin grenade. You can see what these look like on screen, and when you throw them as well, an orange cloud appears in the explosion. It also deals both normal explosive damage and also radiation damage, which is really good as that will actually drain target's health if you hit them with it. And to get these, you need to head over to the pumpkin house. This is a very, very quick quest. All you need to do is use Jack-O-Lantern, the Mr. Handy robot. He will then ask you to go out and fetch some pumpkins for him. Now these pumpkins are marked on the map, but you can get these from wherever you like if you want to. And when you return to him with the pumpkin, he'll then give you the crafting recipe for the pumpkin grenades, as well as 3 pumpkin grenades themselves. Now the good thing about this is that it is a daily quest, which means that you can actually complete it every 24 hours and get some more pumpkin grenades. The next one is a missile launcher that does 20% more damage and also comes with the targeting computer and the triple barrel part as well. I actually really enjoy the targeting computer modification for this, as when you tag enemies you can fire the missile anywhere you like and it will just go straight to them. And to get this, you need to begin the Enclave quest line. I'm not going to spoil too much of that for you, but basically you need to go over to the abandoned waste dump. This will be marked on your map. You need to make your way through the waste dump itself until you get to a body. And then when you get to that body, you need to pick up the operation summary Blackwell. And this will then give you the quest known as Bunker Buster. Now, if you follow that quest through completely and complete that quest, it will then give you another quest known as One of Us. And when you complete that quest, it will then give you the Bunker Buster. The only downside is the weight. I don't like carrying weapons around that have huge amounts of weight. But overall, for a missile launcher, this is really, really good. Now, for the next weapon, we have the Pyro Laser. I have already covered this weapon in an individual guide on my channel, so if you want to check that out, it will be linked down below. But this is a flamer that reduces target damage of 1.3% in 3 seconds. Now, of course, the big thing is possible. Now to get this one, the class is head over to Office Ferry, good pop-up, and the best. This will take you to a terminal, and if you select the person on there and select the party, you will now see the pop-up of those. And if you request, you'll actually be analyzed that to a US or position like that, you will be able to moving on to the next one now, because like that. If you want to have I am probably watching that name. I am absolutely terrible with but like I said, if I fucking enter there and get pop up, around the back and downstairs, I didn't compete anyway and run around with a weapon. I think it's different animals. And here's a quick clip of what they sound like when you hit them with
it. We appreciate the assistance, civilian. But what's your business?
I'm just trying to survive out here, like everyone else.
The way you charge in and engage those ferals, I find that a bit
A very, very funny weapon there. And on to the next one now. Yes, another one I have the
I'm from Sanctuary Hills, on the other side of Compton.
I've seen the location on the map.
That's from Fallout 4.
There is a
This is
much
back in the game again.
If I had been
Although,
suspicious,
at the moment,
because
the
our
weapon
mission
is honestly terrible.
since the
Like,
moment
damage
we
rating
arrived
is really, really bad.
I've been
Although I
constantly
do
fighting.
believe there's a
If
lot
you want to
more
continue
to
pitching
this
in,
weapon
we
that
could use an extra gun on the
you know,
side.
upgrade and stuff, but to get this, you want to head over to this location.
Who are
It's
you?
already a secret weapon that they added into the game. It's right next to the
I'm
button where
Paladin
there.
Brotherhood
Once you're here, you'll
Over there
notice
is
there's
Scribe
a
Hamlet and
different
Ray.
point.
I've been trying to send a distress call to our vessels lost in international airport, but the signal's too weak to reach them.
Sir, if I may,
Proceed.
I've modified the radio tower on the roof of the police station, but I'm afraid it just isn't enough. What we need is something that can boost the signal.
Our target is the architecture system, and it contains the technology we infiltrate the facility, secure the transmitter, and bring it back here. What do you say? You willing to lend the Brotherhood of Steel a hand?
Who are the Brotherhood of Steel?
Our order seeks to understand the nature of technology, its power, its meaning to us as humans, and we fight for security from those who abuse it.
Your cause seems noble.
I'm pleased that you agree. There are very few outside the Brotherhood who appreciate the gravity of the situation we face as a species. So, what do you say? Will you help us?
No time to waste. Let's get moving.
The order of which quest line. This begins over at the Charleston train yard, exactly. And having got the edge on a railing, you'll find a body, and on that body is a one layer and then damage.
I want you to make a certain
The quest
It's time to head into the police station. Then let me know. Let's move out.
Against the wall, exactly as you guys can see there in the gameplay. And open up, and you will now have access to their secret base. And I do have to say, I really enjoyed this quest line in general. The fact that they have this secret organization base right over the Riverside Manor is awesome. But anyway, this fact is when you enter the base, you then need to access cargo and register as an addition. Doing so will then put you on to the next part of the quest, which is your mentor to this guy, and basically the secret is right here. Every can be found on the you've got the items up first, and then if your mentor is having fun, follow next to a nuclear photo machine in this little hole between the buildings. You need both the items after twice to continue on with the quest, and once you have done, you need to head back to the order of victory place again and again, and this time you need to log in as an attachment host, then select administration access, authorize promotion, and then authorize yourself for a promotion. And just for reference here, you will always be on the terminal in the server as unknown user. Once you have done that, you will then need to log back into the terminal again, this time as yourself on unknown user. And just to log in, you will simply authorize that promotion that you just gave yourself, and after that, you will try and use the fabricator, and you have to use the fabricator to complete the job of mysteries. Once you've made that, a novice holotape will get put into your inventory.
Nothing
When
else
you use that novice holotape, you will then have done the first part of the order of this quest line, and you'll now be on to the next part of the quest, because actually to get the voice of set, the blade of that step, as well as the phantom device. Now these are individual quests within the main quest itself. Once you do the blade of that step 1 and you go back to the fabricator, you will then get the blade of that from it. Same with the voice of set as well, and all of the
Establish an outpost at the police station.
Given the nature of the facility, we felt it would be tactically advantageous to search for weapons and ammunition. The radio tower in our office is unexpected boom, but it obviously has its shortcomings that need to be rectified. It might not be as imposing as the Citadel back in the Capital Wasteland, but it suits our purposes. That's all I'm willing to divulge at this point. Are you ready to proceed with the mission? Outstanding. Follow me. Try not to lag behind.
Platform of your choice. All you have to do to enter is go over to my brand new Facebook page that I just made for this channel and leave a like over there. That is pretty much it. I'm going to be a lot more active over on Facebook and Twitter from here on out. So if you want more updates on upcoming videos and also want a chance to win that copy of Fallout, leave a like on it. And in 1 week's time, I'll be announcing the winners on the Facebook page for everybody to see as well. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. Subscribe if you are new, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
We'll take this out. Follow me. If it was up to me, I'd relocate and broadcast our frequency oriented high-level technology. What concern? Whoever, whatever, creating those might get so it's our job to
getting duplicate weapons in Fallout 76 is actually really, really useful. In fact, it's almost required, because the best way to learn new weapon modifications in this game is by scrapping weapons. So, for example, I'm going to scrap a weapon, then you have a charge on your
I would contact business person. This is one of the last secretaries.
Well, let's get into the first weapon I want to show you guys.
Pre-war article. The second was the so shortly after they arrived, contact. They haven't heard from since. As far as my information goes, we've lost 4 good men and guns. Been a target of the but despite our setbacks, I don't intend to give up and head home. Brenda, miss this.
What's your right happens when you go to kill them? You don't like to kill them, though, but one of them has a 50% chance of falling with a rocket launcher. But don't worry if he doesn't fall, because I'll show you how to get on it.
You hear that?
Once you clear the location, watch out for the around just here. Walk around it and get on there. Directly in front of you, on the roll.
There it is, our jet system. There shouldn't be any exterior security. So we're heading to
Listen up, we do this slowly and quietly. No heroics, just fine. Understood?
Understood.
Outstanding. Remember, our primary target is the deep-range transmitter. Stay focused and check your fire. I don't want to be hit by stray bullets.
Why should I care about that well, considering that the action points consumed when attacking in advance is based on the weapon, attacking is back with the cultist blade.
It was corporations like this that last nailed my coffin in mankind. They exploited technology for their own gains.
Pocketing cash and ignoring the damage.
Basically, you save up for a crit, and when you have it ready,
Look at those braces. It appears this facility has security guard built in.
Is this the stand?
Unfortunately, no. Look at the evidence. There isn't a single space ammunition casing or drop of blood in sight. These robots were assaulted by instances of sins.
Sins. Isn't that the same as robot?
They're abuses of technology created by instances. Abominations meant to improve humanity. It's unacceptable. They simply can't be allowed to exist.
I'll be on the list.
Roger, let's move out.
I'm sorry that I sound really strange when we're told. Anyway, once you reach the top of the student, you discover
this place is a mess, but I still see a few pieces outside so everyone might be used. After we're done, we'll have to lock this place for some
which is a very
looks like a dead end. See if you can find a way to get out of the world. I'm gonna recommend the area.
There are 4 points of that are being I'm going to direct First, we're just going to head through the double doors. And then
This is Technician Command. I'm here with Technician Janowski, work log 1190. Janowski and I have been working on our shop for about 3 months now. Next week we have the rest translation down.
Man, I wish I was out there with those guys. It'd be nice to help out.
We don't report the supervisor is already ready to get rid of us, especially since kicking us out of their comments.
So what? We've been drafted anyway. We're shipping out in a few weeks, remember? Soon we'll be doing delicious, eating freeze-dried rations. Wish you were spending our days on a private laboratory.
Of course there's but I'm trying not to imagine my head going on the front line, keeping my mind on to help deal with the problem. Maybe that doesn't make sense to you, but it's important to me, okay?
Alright. Sorry. Look, why don't you talk about these days and start again?
Then we're going to turn around and go to the balcony. Now to the left, and we drop down the courtyard, and then we're going to go right, and then right again through the door. Check the double back on the bed. Sometimes it has a leather action rifle, it'll actually spawn here, and pull out pre-found will record the big repeater rifle. And this one is just as satisfying to use, and I actually really enjoy this weapon. It's very good for a bolt action rifle too, but it can only be used at level 35, maybe somewhere on some of you. I'll be doing future videos that cover this weapon in more detail, so you can subscribe to that if you're interested. Turn around though, and you'll find the guaranteed snub-nosed 44 pistol store. Now make sure you grab that, just like the bolt action rifle, the snub-nosed one. Can only be used at level 35. Now sometimes all of these weapons I'm showing you in this video will be randomly leveled. Each weapon basically has its own level version. So the weakest snub-nosed 44 pistol can be used at level 5. That's the minimum requirement. But the strongest ones can be used at level 45. And the only difference is that it does slightly more damage than the level 5 version. The level of weapon you find at these spawn locations is actually used randomly. It could be that you find a max level weapon that you cannot use even though your character is only level 7. I just get head out to go outside again and inside again. And then we're going to turn right and head across the landing. The door may be how much have you done on that key that we picked up before this? So open the door. Be careful because you might It's quite easy to find. Just head to the door there and you'll find another rocket launcher inside on the table. Obviously, anybody can come here and pick up this weapon. Every year, it's not guaranteed. That's why the main vigilance little weapon that I've showed you today. So it's very easy to respond If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a like and share it with your friends. And don't forget to check out the other playlists down below in the description. Where to find all weapons, and how to deal with your current stuff out of the weapons. Anyway guys, thanks for watching ETS. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a fantastic day. Goodbye.
Watch your footing. Looks like the power's out. Look at this place. Drives right through field day. Transmitter should be in control room on top floor. Looks like the elevator's dead. We'll have to keep heading down.
What's up, guys? My name is TS, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be showing you where to find the truth weapon throughout 76. Since the last collection of videos I made for you guys, you've been asked for another one of these guide videos, so here we are. Now the weapon location I'm going to show you guys in this video series are guaranteed war locations where rare weapons will appear in the game. If instead you're looking for legendary weapons with those specs, check out my other video guide on how to farm legendary weapons. I'll link it down below in the description. That will show you how to farm the best legendary weapon effects you get as fast as possible. But remember,
Heads
is
up.
very important. If you want to learn the modification for these rare weapons, like the Assaultron blade, you will in fact need to scrap it. Because when you scrap a weapon, you actually have a chance to learn its attachment. And again, you cannot scrap legendary weapons. You're going to need to find these rarer weapons that unlock their modifications. Now the first weapon I'm going to show you guys is both the Assaultron blade and the Scavenge and Assaultron head, which is a very unusual weapon in itself. Many people also refer to it as the Iron Arrow. But using the method I'm about to show you, you can also find the plans to make both of these weapons and also some additional modifications as well. Now in order to obtain this, you must come to the bottom right corner of the map over here. The wonderful city of Volga. Just here on the map, you're going to find a raised walkway on the west side of the city, which I'm highlighting with my cursor. This is where we need to go. This is basically the farming location. So as you can see, we're running along the walkway here until we come across the Assaultron, and you're usually going to find at least 5 of them spawn here, and they're all spaced far enough out so you can kill them all one at a time. which makes our life a little bit easier. They all have a chance of dropping either the salvage, the assault head, or the assault blade weapon. Now, even though these assault drops are only level 24, the level of the weapon that they drop is based on your level. So if you're above level 45, you'll actually get the best version of both the assault blade and salvage assault head, as you can see. So you can literally come here at any level and farm them and you just get a item appropriate to your level. But you're pretty much going to run along this walkway, farming these assault and you'll probably get a few weapons per run. Then after they're all dead, you can go along, just serve the hop onto another server, and all the enemies will spawn again. It only took me about 10 minutes to get myself the assault blade and headshot, which you can then use to craft your own version of your weapon. There's also a chance they're going to drop weapon mods for the assault blade as well, such as the electrified modification that's activated. Now the assault salvage head is a really strange weapon. It basically does 70 damage and you need to press the reload button in order to charge it up to full power. The weapon can be charged 5 times to reach its maximum charge, which is giving a fusion cell with time to charge it. Now it doesn't matter how fast you press the reload button, it will still take the same amount of time for it to maximum charge. Now when you actually fire the weapon, it will let out a giant laser beam that can hit multiple targets, doing over 92 damage to everyone it hits. And I've not actually calculated how much damage it does per charge, and it's currently also giving enemy weapon focus, so it looks like I'm not really doing much damage with it. But every time you fire the salvage from head, you'll actually get radiation, so do take care of that. We also have the assault blade, which is a one-handed weapon with a medium attack speed and a base damage of 39. It's actually the strongest one-handed melee weapon in the game, aside from the unique legendary melee weapon. So it's definitely one you're going to want to get if you're playing a one-handed melee character under the pylon.
Look alive. Go check that out.
In the distance there, you can actually see a crashed brother invertebrate poking up from the ground in the distance. We're going to make our way towards that. And I'm honestly amazed that these crashed birds don't cover the wasteland, considering how dirty the are. Like, whenever I see these things flying around, they're just crashing into each other, and it's literally retarded. But you're going to find a wooden box with a few explosive supplies, but do take care of those super users that usually aren't scavenging the area here. It seems like they have the same idea as us, really. One of them also usually has a missile launcher on as well, and missiles, so make sure you grab that. After you've dispatched them, you'll see a makeshift relay tower, and there's a duffel bag at the foot of it, which is always a good source of random rare weapons. I'm just showing you all the loot locations here, but I've already actually looted it. I just forgot to actually record myself doing so. But you often get lever action rifles, gamma rays, submachine guns, these black powder rifles. Now there's lots of ammo for your 50 caliber machine gun here as well. But the light machine gun itself will be located in the back of this pickup truck, which is over here. Unfortunately, I already picked it up and I forgot to record myself doing so. I do love online games. But the 50 caliber machine gun itself is a solid weapon. It burns through ammo very quickly though, so do take care that you have enough before you use or rely on this weapon for any longer amount of time. While you can easily craft 100 rounds of 50 cal bullets a pop, it's not going to last long with a fire rate of 91. the machine gun actually has a staggering damage of 330 per second, which is absolutely huge. But the minigun does have a higher damage per second, and so does the light machine gun, so it's definitely not the best big, fast-firing gun in the game. Check out my other guide, linked down below in the description, if you want to find the locations of these other big gun weapons, so you can have the best for your character. Okay, so now we have the 4th and 5th weapon location, and I guess the 6th as well, if you include the tomahawks I'm going to be showing you. Tomahawks are, of course, the most powerful throwing weapon in the game currently, doing 100 damage each, which is just absolutely ridiculously overpowered. We can also get lots of outfits at this location as well, but most importantly, we're going to be getting black powder weapons, including the black powder pistol and the black powder rifle, both of which have the potential to one-hit kill anybody in the game, even if they're in full power armor. It doesn't matter. This weapon is just that overpowered. In my opinion, stupidly overpowered in player versus player, to the point of them just being flat out unfair if you're using them against other people. Since you can just kill somebody instantly, even without a sneak attack, it just makes it impossible to play against. So to find these black powder weapons and use them to your advantage, there are 2 main spawn locations to come to. The first one is located here on the map at Philippi Cemetery, and it's probably not really much of a secret anymore, but you can grab 4 black powder pistols here and 2 black powder weapons, so why not? Once you arrive in the cemetery, we're just going to head inside here and you can find the place out to the right all of the walls. Within the details of the weaponry, you can easily access these by using the gun, red button, which is the opposite arm. Only grab this gun for black powder weapons. The key is also find a 3-war suit. It is better up there and lots of other suits.
Complete with an efficiency rating of 96.7%.
Also, black powder rifles themselves are worth 75 pounds each, and you so one visit to this location is actually going to net you around £700 stock to sell to different faction vendors located all over Appalachia.
Oh my god! Are you alright?
So literally run around the whole area, grabbing everything you can. I recommend coming back every few days to visit locations. Just get everything you can. So feel free to favourite the video or subscribe so you've got it as a reference in the future. Now the final location is a bit more out of the way. It's another museum located on the far east side of the map in the middle area, near this giant lake. The town is named Harper's Ferry, and it's a great location to discover anyway, because there's a good venue. But once you arrive on the east side of the town, there's a railway line. From the railway, you'll see the museum located on the left-hand side, so just head over. Within you're going to find another black powder rifle and 2 more black powder pistols. You'll also find some more tomahawks. Now is that tomahawks are the best throwing weapon in the game, doing 100 damage each. Considering you have a 0 reload time, they're obviously super powerful. Once you get into the swing of actually aiming them and using them in another situation, you're going to find them really the black powder rifle actually has a higher damage kill any player. It's relatively simple and reliable. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you actually did find it helpful, please go ahead and Right, and press the bell icon. I do a lot of top 5 videos for Fallout 76, and also useful build and perk guides. If you want to watch more content right now, though, check out my playlist linked down below in the description. I have a playlist in each category. I like to keep things very organised for you to easily find. So thanks very much for watching the video, so I'll see you guys in the next Fallout 76 video. Bye.
Excuse me, Paladin Vince.
Well, that could have gone smoother, but
Smoother? I thought we did fine.
we're both alive and the transmitter's been secure. There's no need to scrutinize the details.
I thought we worked well as a team.
Agreed. It's a refreshing change to work with a civilian who can follow orders properly. That being said, I believe we have two important matters to discuss. First and foremost, if you'll hand me the deep range transmitter, I'd like to compensate you for your assistance during this operation. I think you'll find this weapon useful. It's my own personal modification to standard Brotherhood laser rifle. May it serve you well in battle.
Don't you need to keep it?
This isn't the only weapon at my disposal. Brotherhood soldiers always carry a backpack. Now, as far as the second goes, I wanted to make you a proposal. We had a lot thrown at us. Our output have ended in disaster, but you kept your cool and handled it like a soldier. There's no doubt in my mind you've got what it takes. When we met at the police station, you told me you wanted to join the Brotherhood of Steel. Is that something you're still willing to do? Or should we just say goodbyes?
So, what would be expected of me if I joined?
You'd be under my command, and I'd expect you to follow orders. No more mercenaries. This is the real thing. You'd have access to advanced military weapons, as well as your own personal suit of power armor. Most importantly, you'd have the Brotherhood at your back, ready to spill its own blood to keep you alive. Offers for sale. Can we count on you?
I don't know.
I got your back. No matter who's targeting me.
It's a big decision, so I understand your hesitation. If you decide you want to become one of us, you know where we are. Good luck.
video, I will be giving you the top 10 lead tactics to playing a sneaky character in Skyrim. And guys, if you haven't already, make sure you smash that subscribe button and then also hit the bell icon next to it. This will ensure that you don't miss any of my daily Skyrim video guides. So let's kick this list off with number 10. The main bane of any thief is that damn locked door that stands between you and 90% of the valuable goods in Skyrim. Whether you're an adventurer or you're just trying to rob that fatty old hag's home in Riverwood.
You look sick. I hope it's not contagious.
You're going to encounter a lot of locks in Skyrim. So here's one of my top tips to make them easier. First off, having a torch in one hand while picking a lock will actually increase the size of the success window, making it even easier to pick locks. Sometimes though, it's probably not the most convenient thing to pull out and light a huge torch while trying to break into somebody's house without the guards noticing. But in dungeons, it is rather helpful. And that does bring me to tip number 9, guys. Because if you're like me and you're still crap at lockpicking, even while singeing your eyebrows off with a torch, do not worry. There's a secret that's been hidden right in front of your eyes this whole time. When you are lockpicking something and your lockpick breaks in Skyrim, you'll notice that in that direction. So this can be very useful, especially on harder locks, because it means you don't need to rely so much on trial and error. Instead, you'll know much more quickly where the lock sweet spot actually is. Next up on the list, though, we have number 8. So you finally got inside that house, but there's nothing of any value in there for you to actually rob. Stop. Go back outside and take a look at the outside of the door. See this strange symbol carved into the front of the house? That's a shadow mark. This particular shadow mark symbol is a message from a previous thief that tells us that this house is empty. And these can be found on pretty much most houses in every single major city in Skyrim. So the next time we're robbing houses, we're going to be looking for 2 shadow marks in particular. The first of which is the loot mark that looks like this. This shows us that there's something valuable inside this place to loot it. Then there's the good cash mark that indicates a dead drop of goods that you can take and sell. So it might be like lots of gems. I usually find that it's a very early source to get glass and dangerous arrows as well, as enchanted daggers and bows. So it's very good to know the locations of these secret key caches. So now, before you head inside a house or building with a master level block, just double check and see if there's a loot shadow mark outside of it. If there is, it's definitely going to be worth lockpicking and stealing what's inside. So you'll usually find these marks in doorways to houses or on the front facade of where the doorway is. And if you're interested in learning more about shadow marks and their meaning, make sure you check out my link in the video description that shows you all 9 shadow marks and explains what they mean and how they're useful to you. Next up on our countdown, we have number 7. And this isn't so much a tip, but I just want to let you guys know it exists, because it's pretty cool. You've probably come across a few treasure maps in Skyrim, and each map has a drawing of where a secret hidden chest is located. So this one, for example, shows me a map of Riverwood, and then it directs us towards a hollowed out log, and there's a little sketch of it in the corner there, and that shows us that there's a chest hidden inside by a previous thief or adventurer. So there are actually 10 maps to find in total. And if you have the Dragonborn downloadable content, which is also included in Skyrim Special Edition, there's a unique set of armor that you can get using the treasure map. Each chest will only appear though if you have first discovered the map you need to find it. And if you want to find all of these treasure maps for yourself, I've already made a guide on where they can be found in the description. And then I've also made another guide on where to find all of the chests that are actually hidden. So if you guys watch the one on where to find all the treasure maps first, and then if you get stuck, use my other guide to help you out. Next on the list is number 6. So you've gone and dropped yourself right in it. You've stolen the contents of parcels. I didn't even know that was humanly possible to carry 80,000 tons of ingot. And it looks like neither did anyone else. From all those sideways stairs you get as you make your way down the street over encumbered, hardly even able to walk anymore. Good luck getting any of that valuable loot back to your house in Whiterun when you can't fast travel because you're over encumbered. Or can you? That's right. Just wander over to your local stable and purchase some horses.
You don't need to worry about what it is.
Climb on the back of your horse and then open up your map, and you'll now be able to fast travel. So this feature just allows you to carve the content of Martov across the whole of Skyrim, despite being over encumbered. It's also really useful if you just want to move some of the stuff from one house into your new house in Solitude or something like that. Alternatively though, you can also use your follower, such as Lydia, to carry all your stuff for you. But as you guys know, the best thieves operate solo.
Yep.
Now we're halfway through our top 10 tips, so for tip number 5, I'm guessing you probably finally picked that lock by now. But if you're still standing in the torchlight struggling for some reason, just try asking your follower for some help. Firstly, you'll need to give them at least one lockpick, and then you can just ask them to do something for you. You can now direct them to actually pick the lock in question. Your follower will be able to pick any locked chest that you come across, including a master level lock in some dungeon or something. Each time you do it though, it will use up one lockpick. And also you will find that only some followers will unlock chests where it would count as a crime to open it. So for example, you can't tell Lydia to steal for you, but a Dark Brotherhood initiate or a thief would not care about stealing, so they would be able to open that for you. Now this method works on any locked chest that you come across. For tip number 4 though, this is one for the savage thief. Usually the idea of thieving is to break into one's home and then loot the place of all their valuables and sweet rolls before anyone notices that you're even intruding. But if you're a crap thief and you're always getting caught, or you're just an absolute savage, you can actually remove your bounty by killing all of the witnesses that see you commit a crime. I guess it's up to you to decide whether or not it's worth doing, losing that stolen sweet roll, or slaughtering that poor old man's wife. Oh no, by the gods, this can't be happening!
Room and board ain't.
Alternatively though guys, if you're worried about your items being taken by the guards when you go to prison, I suggest that you stash all your items in a barrel or any other container. So long as opening the container does not count as stealing, it's perfectly okay for you to stash all your items in there. They will then stay there for 3 in-game days before they disappear. That's plenty of time for you to then go to prison and come back and reclaim all of your stolen goods when you're out. So you can then just sell them to a friend or keep them for yourself. Next on our list is tip number 3. And you've probably got a lot of stolen items by now that you guys need to sell. But before you do go to that fence to sell your stuff, I suggest actually finding the local town beggar. If you go ahead and give that beggar 1 gold coin, you'll get the gift of charity perk. This is a secret hidden effect, and it will actually boost your speech skill by 10 points for a whole hour in real life. So now you will make more gold when fencing your items. You can also find a fence in the Thieves Guild in the Ragged Flagon, which is in the city of Riften. And this fence will buy all of your stolen goods. You can also sell them your stolen items, and then buy them back to actually remove the stolen tag from that item if you wish to keep it. Then you won't need to worry about getting your stolen items confiscated from you when you're arrested. Next guys, we have the second ultimate thieving tip on our list. Pickpocketing is a huge part of getting useful items like that key to somebody's house, or stealing some of the shop merchant's rare poisons or soul gems, and even making some quick gold. As you can see, whenever you pickpocket an item in Skyrim, you'll see that there's a percentage on the bottom right corner for each item and the chance you have to successfully steal it. Now this is usually based on your pickpocketing skill level. The highest chance you can have in the game for pickpocketing an item successfully is 90%. This is actually very easy to achieve though guys. Firstly, you just need to
to get the cut purse perk from the pickpocketing skill tree, just here on the skill tree. This is literally the only perk you need for this trick. And this perk is stupidly overpowered, because it just adds a plus 50% chance to whenever you pickpocket an item. Then guys, if you also wear the black guard boots as well, and you can find a guide on how to get these boots down below in the description. It's actually part of the best armor set for a thief in the entire game, but the boots will add an additional 40% chance. So now you guys will reach the pickpocketing cap of a 90% chance to successfully pickpocket anything, and you just go around Skyrim pickpocketing everyone you come across. Shop merchants are usually the best targets. And now, finally, the ultimate evening tips in our top 10 list. I call this daylight robbery, and it's kind of one of the oldest tricks in the book if you've been playing Skyrim since release. Simply find any basket or bucket lying around the place, conveniently found in most shops in fact, and then pick it up, and to do this, just hold down the pick up button to then hold it in your hand. Now just carefully place it over the shopkeeper's head. Now because Skyrim actually works on line of sight, if the shopkeeper cannot see you, they cannot detect you. So now you can steal all of the wares that the shopkeeper owns and just run about business. Wahaha! Easy daylight robbery is easy. And then you can just pickpocket the merchant as well to leave them with absolutely nothing. And that, my friends, is how you become the ultimate sea thief in Skyrim. And now I also suggest that you check out my next video, which will show you how to mod Skyrim Special Edition on both console and PC to create the ultimate human experience. This will add secret hideaways and walkways with quick entrances through windows or chimneys into houses, and also special loot to steal. And then you can really start to roleplay as a thief, and it will also show you some awesome unique armor mods as well. So make sure you guys check out that video down below in the description, and use it in combination with the tips that you learned here. But please do give this top 10 video a like if you did enjoy it. And if you want to see more, you can check out my top 10 video list down below in the description. I will also be doing my first giveaway this week, guys, so make sure you hit that subscribe.
Gonna pass.
Someone will grab the gun. Someone always does.
Whoa, yeah. Oh, it's raining. Well, this is a good daily ride sharing at 5 times the points.
What's up, squad? My name is ESO, and welcome back to the channel. In today's daily Skyrim video, guys, I will actually be explaining the importance of shadow marks, the secret key to knowing what houses have the best loot to rob, and where you can find secret high-value weapons and loot stashes, and also a few secret passages and hiding places as well. And guys, if you haven't already, make sure you smash that subscribe button, and then also click the small bell icon next to it. Then you'll get notifications as soon as one of my daily Skyrim video guides comes out. But to actually discover all these shadow marks, we need to use this book that can be found in the Dragon's Slaggers in Britain, the home of the Fields village in Skyrim. It's just on the side here. And the book is written by Del Matthews. So now we're going to go over each part and what that part means. And then I'll show you a few examples and where you can find them in the game after each one. And you'll realise quite quickly how useful these shadow marks actually are. And guys, also, if you give this video a thumbs up right now, and the video gets enough likes, I will make a shadow mark location guide for every single city in Skyrim. So now let me tell you guys about the shadow marks. Need to know your way around it. Don't want to stumble into a necromancer's house or fall under another trap set by the city guard. Then you need to read this book from cover to cover. Learning to identify the shadow mark can mean the difference between making a fortune and ending up with a blade in your gut. The clever little marks are carved all over Skyrim, mostly on the door frames or fronts of buildings. But you can find them pretty much anywhere you need to be. It's the way we talk to one another without talking. Keeps the newer thieves from becoming dead thieves, and all that nonsense. There aren't that many of the bloody things, so I don't want to hear any excuses about not having the time to learn them. You heard the man. Anyway, enough of my gabbing. Time to put your wizard's cap on and do a little research. Glossary of shadow marks. So the first one is the most simple one, the give, which is represented by this sideways sort of turned eye. It almost looks like a hole. This is the symbol for the give. This means the place is as safe as the flagon existed. If you see this shadow mark, someone from the guild is nearby for certain. Now, most of the time, you'll come across the guild shadow mark during the main Thief Guild quest line, but there's actually one secret location that you can find it in the town of Ravensdrop, on the island of Soulfire. And if you come over to this location, it will really pay off. Once you've reached Ravensdrop, just head over to the smiths at the end of the street here. But rather strangely, there's actually a guild shadow mark by this door. This is in fact Glover Mallory's smith. Glover is Delvin Mallory's brother, who we met in the Thieves Guild, and if we go inside Mallory's basement, he actually has the best set of thief armor in the entire game. But you will actually require a key in order to unlock his basement where this armor is hidden. And I'll leave 2 guides on how to get it in the description. One guide will show you how to get it at level 1, and the other guide will show you how to do the several quests to get the key properly. But if you are a member of the Thieves Guild already, you can actually ask Mallory about the shadow mark outside of his door, to which he'll reply,
Well, it's been a long time since someone from the guild's bothered to make their way out here. So tell me, how's my brother Delvin? Still spending his nights in the light and trying to defense his heart. Good to hear. Damn layabout never even bothers to send his own flesh and blood without her saying how he's doing. Can you imagine? Anyway, I suppose you're looking for work.
So this next page in the shadow mark book shows us the sign for safe. We usually leave this shadow mark when we've scouted and found a safe way around something, a hallway without traps, or maybe a house that's already been cleared out. If you see one of these, head the way it's pointing and you'll be fine. There are actually very few of these in the game. Like, for example, you'll find one in Whiterun. It can be seen as soon as you enter the city if you turn around and then drop into the sewers under the bridge here. You'll see the safe shadow mark just under the bridge carved into the wall. But it's not actually safe, because if you're being chased by the guards, they will still come down here, and apparently the whole Empire will come down here as well. It's the most unsafe place in the entire game, apparently. Clearly Mallory was just messing with us on this one. No place is safe for a thief. There is actually a mod you can download which adds some more actual safe locations to the game, like safe houses and that kind of thing, and it's really fun for roleplaying. You can check out my video on that in the description if you're interested. But anyway guys, here we go, on to the next page, the next shadow mark, the danger mark. If you see this shadow mark, head the other way, or take your life into your hands. It means there's something ahead or beyond that door that wants to turn you inside out. These can be rather useful. For example, Harmon's house here in Whiterun is marked just here on the wall. Because he's actually a skilled warrior, and unless you want to get beaten up and killed by him, you should probably stay well clear. There are plenty other places to rob after all. The only alternative way to rob these kinds of houses is to either not get caught stealing or trespassing, or to just kill the owner before looting the place. But at the same time, that can lead to other issues. So it's just good to know, really. For the next page in the book, we have the escape route. Now, on the rare occasion, it better be the rare occasion if you want to work in this guild, that you find yourself in jail, look for this little beauty. You see this shadow mark, and escape is just a few steps away. As the journal tells us, this shadow mark is pretty much always found in jail. And as you can see, it looks like there's a hole, and then an arrow pointing down the hole. And that is the case here in Whiterun Jail. You can see the shadow mark just on the floor here. To actually get out of jail, it's usually a quite hard level block depending on the level. But if you look here under where the shadow mark is, there's bodies out of the way, and you'll find and as we look at this, we're definitely going to go with this goblin block. So if we take this, we can actually just escape out of this area. So for most jails in Skyrim, just look for the shadow mark and the way to escape that jail. On the next page, protect this shadow mark. As you can see, guys, this is a diamond shape representing these guilds, and it's got two rings that are interjoined to represent some kind of partnership. We put these shadow marks on places we don't need to go. As in, stay out of there, or there's going to be a boot off the backside. These people are under the guild's protection, and just...
Whoa, easy.
Should never be robbed or assaulted. A good example of this is here in Windhelm, where some of the most valuable houses in the game can be found. But here we can see the protection mark on the house of Clan Glossary. And if you come inside this house and steal any item or assault any of the residents here, you may be kicked out of the guild. So it's just to be aware of what the protection shadow mark looks like, so you can watch out for it. Rather sadly though, this is one of the largest houses in Windhelm for rob. So if you're quick about it and you don't get caught, literally the place can pay off. Usually though, places that are protected by the Guild Guild have a role to play in the Guild quest line or the random Guild quest. So it's just good to be aware of it. Now we begin to get to the more exciting pages. Firstly we have the fence. This should quickly become your favourite shadow mark. The person near this mark will buy your hard-earned stolen goods for a fair price. Personally, this isn't my favourite shadow mark. You'll actually find that there are 6 fences in Skyrim and 7 in the town called the Caravan. For example, I'm in the Meadery just outside of Whiterun, and there's the fence shadow mark. So somebody in this house with a fence that you can go and sell your goods to. You'll find some of these fences will be unlocked during the main quest line of the Thieves Guild. But there are a few hidden ones that you can actually locate their houses using the fence shadow mark, and then you can go and do a quest with them, help them out, and then you'll be allowed to sell them stolen goods. So it's always good to keep an eye out and check those houses, especially with Windhelm and Arnold. It's kind of easy to follow it. Next up, we get one of the big shadow marks. Never been back. It's quite big shadow mark, very flexible, they follow the law. You always put the time, and also, when you do it, to the sea, whoever says that you think it's happening, this one is awesome, guys, and I'll cover some of the facts in this video. So basically, to get the first one, just start with the biggest farm, and then come over to where your house is your farm. At the back corner, down the alleyway, just at the end of your garden on the left, you'll find your first. As you can see, it's marked with the symbol of the sun, which runs within. And this is crazy. My character only left 20, and he will reliably find long arrows out. And you will also use to get a enchanted dagger or bow as well. And enchanted gems too. There's so much value. And depending on your character's level, you'll get an higher value or enchanted. And you can find more of this in Ripple. So once you get a couple of these now, this way is rapidly. Then we're going to go right into the this battle is there is an arrow mark. More arrows, get
your presence does not dominate it. My programming might find this. I did not serve to change. Long live Captain.
We're going to need head over to the guard barracks, which is on the left here. Just go through the guard's training area and head on through this door.
Much needed supplies. Replacement powered vehicle.
Once within, go upstairs and follow where I go to get the keys to Foundry. This one's pretty cool because if ever you find yourself in prison in Riften, you can just come here after for some weaponry. It will be randomly either a bow or a dagger, but that's half the fun. So you'll find it just amongst other barrels. And guys, these particular barrels will appear after you've done or sometimes even just started the quest for that particular city. So for example, to unlock Riften, you just need to join the Thieves Guild, and then you can get all the caches I showed you in this video. But you can find the other Shadow Mark locations for each city down below in the description. So next up, the next page of the book, it can only get more exciting because now we have the Loot Shadow Mark, and this is just a circle with some coins within it. There's something near this Shadow Mark worth stealing. Saves you from breaking into the place only to find people don't even have two sectors to run together. And you'll pretty much find that most houses in any major city will have a marked loot icon if they've got anything of value worth robbing. So just for an example, as we're already in Riften, let's go over to Eldrin's Elixirs. Obviously this is actually a shop, so we've already got tons of poisons still on this table here. Then if you come round into the living quarters, you can see there's a coin purse just here behind the bed.
Hey, Bosun.
And you'll also sometimes find some inspection books, as well as some chests you can do later. In this particular location, there's also a strongbox on the bedside table just here. Another thing that a lot of people forget is that the Loot Shadow Mark is that most people that live here are quite rich, so it's always worth checking and seeing if you can pickpocket them to get any more loot out. But this Shadow Mark really is the one to look for. After you discover a few good houses to rob, you can just go around the whole of Skyrim on like a robbery run, and then go to one of your fences and sell all your goods to them. And now we have the last page in the Shadow Mark book empty. The page you did not want to read, nor you want to find. Well, actually, it is good to know this one. The opposite of the Loot Shadow Mark. Pass on this place. There's nothing inside. An excellent example of this one is just opposite Eldrin's Elixirs. You will find Beggars Road. And as you can see on the doorstep just here, it's marked with the empty Shadow Mark. And of course, if you guys go inside, you'll literally just find nothing apart from where the homeless and also one of the merchants of Riften sleep. Though the Argonian that sleeps here can sometimes have some gold on it and it's quite good to pickpocket, most of the time when you search these locations, you won't find something of real value. Especially as the case might be that the door could be locked and you'll just waste your time picking it. So there's no point, just skip the location. So now you have seen all 9 Shadow Marks, and I hope that they come in handy on your travels. If you want more thieving tips, make sure you check out my top 10 thief character build tips down below in the description, because that's going to come in handy. And if you haven't already, guys, make sure you smash that subscribe button, and also hit that little bell icon next to it so you don't miss any of my daily Skyrim videos. But once again, guys, thanks for all your support over the last few months. I really appreciate it.
To help start our big days, we fill up with mini-weeks. Whether it's the first game of the playoffs.
What's up, guys? My name is ESO, and welcome back to the channel, where we discover the darkest secrets of Skyrim. In today's video, I have a list of 5 unmarked locations that will probably upset you a little bit. And if I'm honest, they get worse as we go on. So grab yourself a cup of tea, sit back and relax and enjoy. Maybe get a box of tissue too. So first up we have number 5. The first unmarked location can be found here on the map, northeast from Markham. And just northwest from the Shrine of Periite. Obviously, it's our mark location, so it's just about where my cursor is. I can't actually physically show you where it is any closer than this. But once you're here, you will discover a small spring, and you'll quickly find a half-naked lady bent over a blood-splattered rock. And we can shed a little bit more light on what actually happened here if we take a quick look around. You'll find her clothes along with a ring and an amulet, and also her journal. Now pay attention to her clothes, because they're laid down so neatly here that implies that she was probably just going for a swim. But now let's read her journal. Father wouldn't like it if we thought swim out here again, but I just can't help myself. Forsworn sightings from jam. I love the way the cool water feels on my skin. Besides, with the war raging, those savages won't dare leave me safely on their tent. So I think I'll head down to my special spot one more time, and it clearly looks like this was the last time doing it.
Multiple neurons diagnosed. Fast no. Diagnosed no. This seems short time.
I can help. Where is it?
Stolen by human scavengers. Reclaimed. That's scavengers.
If we take a closer look in the water, guys, we will see two Forsworn arrows just bobbing up and down there. So clearly she was killed from behind while just chilling out and relaxing in the water. What's odd though is that the Forsworn that killed her didn't bother taking her expensive ring or her amulet. They're still sitting here on the bank. So feel free to take them for yourself. Pretty huge gold at the low level, especially the amulet, which is always going to be worth a lot of gold, even at level 1. But it is a bit strange that the Forsworn literally killed her just because she was there. Like, they just wanted to kill her for literally no real reason. Almost just a terror attack, really, to make a point. As I looked up on the book, I noticed the Forsworn over the crest of the hill. Now this is actually a random encounter. Sometimes this happens when you're in this location and sometimes it doesn't. And what's odd about this is that if you go up to these two Forsworn, they won't even attack you. They'll just tell you to back off and see empty threats through. They're not actually hostile towards you though. It's assumed that these two Forsworn were indeed the two that killed this Bonnie Lamb. Hence the two Forsworn arrows next to her corpse. There's only one thing to do here.
We told those crazy assholes not to attack. It's not our fault. All right? When they saw you waltz right into the Constitution, they just went balloon.
That was so unnecessarily excessive, but hey, royalty cannot go unpunished. Justice must be done. He really did stand a chance doing this. As for the lady's father, who was a merchant, there is never any reference or dialogue or kind of body. Next up on the list, in the 4th position, we have a rather sorry, but also heartwarming story of two friends. You can find this location from Winterhold. It's just here on the map between these two sort of canyon things.
Probably worth a fortune. We scored this one and no more scrounging in the gutters. Ever. So you talk with a tin can.
If you venture through the snowdrift to the south and then come back north, you will discover these skeletons.
He wants it back.
His guidance chip, right.
Now this unmarked story is a pretty easy one to miss if you're just walking by. But if you look closely, you can see that one of the skeletons must have got his legs stuck in a bear trap. And it must have hurt. I mean, I'm no doctor, but it looks like this bear trap decimated this man's legs. Look at the bones, they're just like all smashed up, like he just got wrecked. He got wrecked by that bear trap. Like, he wasn't going anywhere. The heartwarming part of the story, however, is the fact that his friend didn't want to leave him. His friend sat with him while he was stuck in that bear trap until the very end. Friend literally died from the cold himself. And if you take a look in this guy's satchel, he's even got some alchemy ingredients, maybe to like help ease his friend's pain. And now it gets interesting. He also has an alchemy skill book titled Animarco in Old Words. And this kind of suggests to us that these two people were necromancers. It also explains why the friend didn't go back to the local town of Winterhold trying to find somebody to go and help them out. Because let's be honest, nobody's going to help a necromancer. But man, I never thought I'd feel sorry for a necromancer.
Like hell,
I kind of do. Now, I'm pretty much certain that they were necromancers, because there's actually a worm cult very, very close by, and I've already made a video on that location if you're interested. I'll link it down below in the description of this video if you want to check it out. Now, the sad tale of this story, despite how touching it is that they both died a very horrible death from either blood loss or just from the cold. Oh my god, this video is getting so depressing. But now we're on number 3 on our list, on our countdown to number 1. So this time we're just going to come here on the map, along the coastline to Dawnstar.
You better not renege on our deal.
And if you head south and then east back along the coast, you will eventually come across the shoreline camp. And once again, it is unmarked on your map.
Payday is coming.
Payday better be coming soon.
And as you can see, there's a medium-sized animal skin tent with this lovely sort of built-up fire in front of it, so you can sit there and just watch it.
What I believe in and contain. I believe in the right animals. We can be everything we want to be. We all are who we are.
Once you get here, it's pretty hard to miss the giant standing over the hot springs. As you can see, he's staring downwards at his dead mammoth, and he's clearly mourning this mammoth. And this is sad enough. Rather expressively, I noticed that if you walk around this area, you will in fact see a lot of mammoth skulls. I mean, they're just dotted all over this area, all around the hot springs and stuff. There are so many, and it makes me think that this is in fact a mammoth graveyard, where giants come to bury their mammoths and mourn them. Now, you'd be forgiven for thinking that you need to keep your distance from this giant. In fact, that's probably the first lesson most of us learned very early on. But no, this giant is different. This is pretty much the only friendly giant in Skyrim, or at least one of them. You can go right up to him and literally just mourn the loss of his mammoth with him if you want. He just stands there and stares down at you with his glazed over eyes, like he's trapped in a glass box of emotion. If you attack him, he will attack you back. But I mean, why would you do that? Why would you disturb this peace and tranquility? And guys, if you're wondering, mammoths are actually usually tended by the giants, and they process their milk to create cheese, which is a very important part of the giant's diet. That and skeever, and other wild animals that they catch for their meat. But we know from experience that they are very protective over their mammoth herds. And as you can see, guys, they clearly consider them companions. So when a mammoth dies, it's a big thing. And now we come to our last sad tale on today's list, which also has some hidden treasure. And if you guys are enjoying this video and you want to see more like it, remember to hit that subscribe button, and then if you press the little bell icon next to it, you can actually get notified whenever I release a new Skyrim video. It also tells you if I'm streaming, because a lot of people seem to miss me streaming, and they're like, ESO, I've missed you, and I'm like, press that bloody bell icon, and then YouTube tells you that I'm streaming. Help yourself. But anyway, this next location can be found here on the map, north of the old Forgotten Inn. Just here. And if I just show you a pan cam on how to get there, it's basically this campsite in the distance here. And when you do arrive at this location, it is a rather disturbing scene. The offending creature is actually still close by, so let's take him out right now. What the creature actually is depends on what level you are. At a low level, it will just be a wall or a cave there, or even a saber cat if you're a very high level. You don't actually need to be a detective to figure out what's happened at this location specifically. There are two people, a dark elf and a lovely lady, clearly a couple that were cooking a lovely meal when they attracted the unwanted attention of the local wildlife, and quite literally became the meal, butchered alive. The story is still though, because once you discover Brand Journal, which is just over here on the left next to this lady, then they eight or possible. Oh, Albert! I can't stop thinking about it. Since the first moment I laid eyes on him in the marketplace, my heart was lost. But father would never allow me to marry a commoner, much less a poor younger minor. Father, what did you do? 11 of Sunday. Another letter from Talbar. The third this week. The bit quite a needy dark elf. He says he cannot live without me, and he'd rather die than lose me to another. Oh, I feel the same way. Wipes tear from eye. I can't abide by this any longer. Father is sure to find out eventually. The maids are all of blood. Something is how far and I must not right by then, or father will have all of these coming arms against him. How powerful is her dad, Jesus? 20 seconds of mercy. I convinced my father to take me on this next trip now. When we reach the inn at Old Walton, I'll slip out of night and I'll meet Ovar in the hills above Soljan. Soljan is actually the local mine in this area, and the Delta is obviously a miner, so I'm guessing that's where it's from. Ovar says he's been saving his wages for the last few months, stowing them away in an old trunk up there. With that, you should be able to find I cannot wait another hour. I will have to do and it's not poor minor. They call them all sad because they have plans to be riches and live happily ever after, but that just wasn't to be. But of course, now you have taken the time to read this journal, or listen to me read it, you now know the location of the secret money stash, which is just over here behind this log. This log is following log here. Look inside there. Boom! Look at all I got. So that's been a dwarven sword, a soldier, and also a satchel full of lots of lovely things. I'm not 100% sure if the loot inside the satchel is actually levels or not, but either way, it's going to give you gold, and it does give you gold as well. And it's rather interesting, guys, it actually located in combat at the later date. A little point will be cleaned up, and the shrine of Mara will actually be left protected also to the others. Perhaps the shrine is actually left there by the government of the if you guys want to see more of that story, make sure you check out the description below, where I actually another 4 very, very sad story. And of course, guys, if you want to see more of the Untitled videos, make sure you subscribe and follow me on Twitter, up to date with the latest guides as soon as they come out. Thank you very much for watching this episode, and I will see you, one subscriber, in the next video guide. Have a fantastic
Savers knows that if you save the little things, Savers also knows they can find no things like
At work, all the devices, from your head, from the body, to the reaching anywhere. We've got it covered. All things simple for the holidays. From Mark.
So I think the priestess expects me to bed you right here while she watches. What? Explore where that came from. Yeah, sure. Whatever.
guys, my name is Ian, so welcome back to the channel. You guys really enjoyed the last episode of this, where we should pursue other wagon and see what they have to offer us. So I've come back here to Glass Water Glossary to follow up that fair maiden we saw last episode. You guys were like, go check that girl out here. 1 second, we're being attacked by Imperium. Okay, let me just sort these boys down, guys. Oh, Imperial soldier, get wrecked. Oh, 1 sec. Why am I getting the bouncers to attack Imperial soldiers? They're just attacking the hole. Oh my god, what are you doing? I was trying to help you. Seriously, why are you attacking me? Oh god. Jesus, man. Bloody hell. Oh, that was a bit of a savage start. Oh my god. I was just thinking to be killed by that guy. I was like, what's going on? Why is this dog girl walking around spot naked and causing this back? Man, that was very confusing. So I'm going to inside this lady house. Have a chapter. Oh, this is an crab jumper. What a boring option you have. You seem to have an adventurous soul. Mine may not be. I'm rolling. Maybe it's time to strike up on your own. I'll with you. It's right there. Absolutely. It's controlling while you're solving it. I think a bit of a drive evidence there. We will find ways to scout together someday.
Mr. Navigator? I got the job done.
Okay, right. This will need to switch the wall. All this stuff is really located like a agenda.
I'm always happy to help.
Let's go outside and travel over there. Fascinate the back. Look at how high he's constantly following me around the room. Oh, you're kissing. Ow. Bit of a bounder, isn't he? Okay. I look forward to experiencing that in more detail. Alright then, Lydia, come on. Let's go. The winter war. I'm gonna pass that.
What's the plan again?
Ironside asks give it to me first. You scroll with the bullets, and we should be able to take out those freaking cannons. So get out there and find your duties.
Oh my god, Lydia, kill it! A plague dragon. No thank you, Mr. Plague Dragon. Please leave me alone. This is a very friendly tool, Lydia. Get wrecked, son. I was about to say I want to do some hunting against the machinations, but no, the plague dragon's life denied.
very slowly wearing away its helmet. Very slowly. I actually have a little sneak attack here. Oh my god, it's going to damage me. I don't know what it's attacking. Get wrecked. Really, it looks like it's death to its time. You go look on that map, you can actually see like the format of where that cursor is there. See the tower on top of it. Putting all the details in there. You're almost like a vampire that's so pale and exposed. Okay, right, let's head over to this location. I keep thinking I have survival mode there because I'm avoiding the water here that will be to be honest, the details you know, I'm still used to playing games from the river and having to eat, sleep, and plan my adventure. That coming back to Skyrim is kind of like a lot more to do that and relax. I do actually, I quite like that. Having to worry about eating I think it's the extent as well. It's quite a fun mechanic to have to work on. Same time, we're recording videos and stuff like this. Get wrecked! Oh, the first, between the eyes! The first kill has had me. That's not my first kill there. I don't actually know. I think I just fired an arrow at the rock. Oh, hello there. Let's label this guy. Oh, shit. Oh! You went through it! You hit it that hard. Oh, what? Oh, let's do it. Sneak's going pretty slow at 98. Oh, it's the NPC in Skyrim. Where is the father who keeps? I know his. Oh, I know he's here somewhere. Get wrecked stuff. Oh, it just went over his head. Ah, why is that not here? Oh my god, it's here. Yes, that's it, I'm definitely in there. Oh, get wrecked! So this is the bandit leader now, who I'm going to kill. Is it really though? Okay. This is the head. Look out! Where's Lydia when I need her? The bandit leader, that was pretty handy. Oh god. Please don't make it. Oh, okay, you actually know a lot. I'm gonna have to avoid you, I think. Where'd she go? Where did she go? Through the deck. It hit it that hard. I actually need this iron hand. It's stuck down there. That's good. Get wrecked, bandit chief. Oh, headshot. Transfer, jet of the water. Let me show you context. This back. Alright guys, let's travel back to what was the top to our world. What kind of places you think this like yeah.
You know, I really appreciate the fact that you're not alone.
Thanks. You too.
No, I didn't mean like I could just use some help. This isn't the sort of thing I normally bother anyone else with, but you just seem really good people, and I've got this issue with my sister. Becoming me.
I'm just terrified she's gonna start kicking up like a big sis. I mean, think about the life we lead. No offense intended. Personal safety doesn't exactly seem like either of our strong suits. I can't have her hanging out with her big sister, dodging bullets and running from all the people she pisses off. It's part of the reason I miss my mom so much. Part of the reason I'm here with you. I keep thinking, maybe if I make myself scarce, if I'm not around her, she'll cool off. She'll just go back to being sweet, innocent paper girl.
I don't understand, but apparently I do. What would you take me to water? Alright, let's go.
Just love her. Family's precious. The last thing you want to do is drive them away, because you might lose them forever. You're right. I can't risk that. Thanks, Blue. Who'd expect
I find you quite an attractive woman. If I may be so bold, persuade.
You're a hell of a friend, you know that? Just friends, huh?
I admit, as a false guy, you have crossed my mind.
But hey, thanks again for listening. It's a real weight off your chest to be able to talk about this. So, you wanna hit the road?
Okay, let's find your daughter. Why are you saying that Lydia needs to leave? I'm apparently fine, but doesn't like Lydia. This man is okay with it, but a blood oh, no. Okay, hello. Let's go and find your daughter. I know what people is. I just know they need to alone. So Lydia, so I'm actually going to have to tell you bad news. Okay, Lydia. Great. Oh, sorry. Ow. No. Seriously, Lydia. I know my tail reaches places other humans can't. But Lydia, I'm sorry. I'm breaking up with you. Alright, my love. I need to give you some actual armor because currently you have nothing and you're finished. I will give you Oriole though. That's an armor. And I will also give you a single elven arrow. A single one. And I also give you a single sun-hallowed elven arrow. There you go. Alright. Let's see. Okay, let's go and find your daughter. This woman is in need. Where on earth is she? Full stone is just over here, just past that wall. Not even that far away, to be honest. My God, you are a pretty damn good looking assassin, if I don't say so myself. So we are in Shore Stone now, and I'm assuming this is daughter. Let's go and have a chat to her. Oh, she actually asked me if you're going to start with the crossing as well. Like a pilot, like an odd choice for a woman of peace.
hear me coming.
Right here. Oh. Okay, so apparently we've got to go back to the goal and so here we are back on get out of my way. Forget about your life. Okay, what is happening now? Well, it's clearly you want something, so how do I fit into it? Obviously takes your part. Your sex code. Hello, okay, I'm taking it seriously. What do you know about Gaga? Another couple. Your mom neglected to share that minor detail. Oh, well that's good. Wait a minute, your mom is teaching you this diabetic art, the sexual art. Does seem like a woman. You teach a few things. You're her daughter. Yeah, I do feel a little bit weird now. So, your place is going to go to down Nicely said. I like the way you think.
I just love her.
My God, this lady is so fucking needy. Yeah, but it's your mom. Okay. I could have missed it, but I'll speak to your mother first.
I'm confused. This didn't say it here.
Mandy.
Sound like they have conceivable difference.
I have something here.
Let me see. Hey, what do I have there? Davies. Davies?
I'm a feisty
Yeah,
baby.
What the
He
hell
doesn't
is
want me
this?
near your mother.
I've never even
He wants to be an
seen
adventurer like your mother.
this.
That is some high-tech shit there. Turbo pump there. Can't make stuff like that anymore.
I'm still pretty sore. Can't really walk.
Sounds like this might work.
Yeah, if a turbo pump craps out, your rocket's got big problems.
Hand it over. After we're done with it, Ironside is going to get one hell of a surprise when he lights them rockets.
Right behind you.
So your daughter just told me that you worship the goddess Stardust.
Her blessings are many. You know, this is no.
Here you go.
David, how long will it take to sabotage?
Already done. Just a splash of the old hydrochloric.
Yes,
Very
but
easy. Got good.
Here you go. Once Ironside has all of his parts, get off the ship. We'll meet up and watch the rockets blow together.
Okay, that was a bit like the grooming your daughter. Looks like you and the Nick are both adults. How sure you guys have your things? It's not something I run into every day, and so I'll agree to help them. Just bring me out to see what are we going to do.